sound on, and transition, and hello everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. How are you this evening?
Doing alright. Let's see. I should probably make sure my phone audio is not on. I should also probably switch to that, and then my audio should be a little bit better. But with that, did I do anything fun or interesting? Not really. Anything fun and interesting you want to share before we get
I've
into
not
some
had
Sudoku
anything fun
puzzles?
or interesting really happen, so
In that case, puzzle number 1 for today will be Love, Light, and Truth number 3. If I can get this to copy the right stuff. Link in the chat if you'd like to give it a go. Love, Light, and Truth number 3 by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Cells in the same relative position within a 3x3 box must contain the set of digits 1 through 9 without repeat. Digits on an arrowed line sum to the total given in the connected circle. Digits may repeat if other rules allow, and cells separated by a black dot has one digit double the other, a 1:2 ratio. And then let's get started. So
like no negative constraints.
Yeah. So the only the big one that is going to be easy to forget is that if I put a 1 here, I cannot put a 1 here.
Oh,
So
right.
this is going to have to be a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or a 9. Because if I duplicate any number, then it'll get upset. Now, it doesn't have to be those numbers specifically because I didn't do any logic to get there. But now, similar puzzles in this set have had this arrow here. So we can see that this has to be a minimum of 6. And with this one on the outside, it's going to make this 7, 8, or 9. And this is going to be 1, 2, or 3. This here, well, if we go around, or if we just think about what the 1-to-2 ratios are, the smallest digit has to be 1 through 4, because they can double and stay single digit. But as soon as you hit 5 as the smallest digit, it would double to 10. So 5's not allowed. So 1 doubles to 2, 2 doubles to 4, and because 4 is within that group, 4 doubles to 8, which gives us a fairly long chain. The only digit we're missing is 3, which doubles to 6, which I'll go ahead and put in here. But the 1, 2, 4, and 8 is really important for this one because they're sort of connected. Now, the one in the middle cannot be 1 or 8 because it has to be the middle, and 1 would double to 2, and 8 would have to 4, but then it wouldn't have anything on the other side. And we also know that this cannot be an 8 on this line, even if there was no other constraints here. This set of 3 would be maximum 5. So we can take 8 off of there. We can also take 8 off of this one because of these 3 being this circle here. And if this was an 8, you'd have 2 1s and suddenly you'd have 10. So that's not an 8. 1, 2, and 4 has to be 2 in the middle. Now, we can't avoid a 1 on this set, because if we did, it would be 2, 3, and 4, which is already 9. This would be 1 more for 10. So this one's 4, this one's 1. 1 is gone from over here, and suddenly we've got 3 and 1, which is going to be minimum 8. Oh, and that can't be a 2. So it definitely can't be a 3, because 2 3s and a 4 would be 6. So this is a 1. And this can't be 3 and 4, or 4, so this has to be a 3. So this has to be 8. 3 and 6 is going to get removed, so 4 is a requirement here. This is now minimum 5, which is going to be the maximum that it can be, because a 5 here would make 8. 5, 9, 1. We've still got 6, 7, and 8 left to place in box 8. This right here cannot be an 8, because this right here is an 8. We lose 8 there. Now, the next thing that I see is this line right here. So this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Well, not an 8 because of the 8 in the column. Now, 1 has to be at the bottom down here. There's already a 1 in the bottom left corner, so that gets removed, and we get 1 as one of those two.
And in box 3, it can't be a 6 because it cannot include a 1 because it sees 1 by Sudoku and then it sees 1 by the disjoint.
Right.
But so it just can't have a 1 also on cannot be a 7.
So that's 2, 3, and 4 to make 9, if none of them can have 1 on it.
Right.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one isn't 5 or 8. That's 6 or 7. This is maximum 6. But the 1 in the column takes out 1 and 6 as possibilities. Now, if this is a 6, this would be a 2, 4, but then you'd have 2 3s. So this has to be 7. And it has to be, 2, 5, because if it was 3, 4, it would break those, making them both 2. For the same reason that this couldn't be a 6, which would be 2, 4, making those both 3s. So now 2 comes off, this is a 2, takes 7 out of the rest of the box. This column is what? 5, 6, 8, and 9, where 5 and 9 is
there's a
right
5
here.
in the 2, 5 pair.
All right. 6, 8, 9, and 7. Clearly 7 wasn't allowed here. Tall Cat says, missing a digit in box 3. I'm missing a 1. Thank you, Tall Cat. And Laura Smith. How are you two doing this evening? Do I have all of the digits I need in column 7? I've got 1, 2, 3, a 4, and a 5. 6, 7, 8, and 9 is what's left over. And the 2 in the middle of box 3 removes the 2 as a possibility from the middle of box 7. What's left over in column 8, just for funsies? Well, we need a 1 as one of these two. And it's not in the middle because of this one here. So we get a 1 there, because it's not in this box. I need a 3 somewhere. It won't be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not a 3, not a 4, not a 5. Laura Smith says 9 in column 7 is placed. It sure is. And that means it's also placed in box 7. These two 9s take it out of these 2 rows. You can never place a 9 on an arrow unless it's a single one like this. And then the middle here is going to remove it from here. So we get a 9 there.
In row 2, the arrow clue cannot
Mm-hmm.
be a 6 because 2, 4 is gone by Sudoku in both 1 and 5. So it has to be an 8.
3, 4, 5, 6, but not 7. Okay. And if it has to be 8, it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I know 1,
6 is out.
5, and 3. Oh, the 4 that I know has to be on here is removed from this one. Alright, well, what can this one be? I need a 1 in here. Now, it's clearly not on the circle. And this one's already the middle, so this one isn't a 1, so that one will be. So this is now minimum 2, 3. And another, oh, there's a 2
Minimum
here.
3.
So that's what, 8?
Yeah.
And it can't be a 9, so you have 3, 3, 2, an 8, and another 8. And now this 3 is what makes this a 7, so this is a 1. This 3 makes this one a 4. That 3. That 3, not an 8 because of this, so that one's an 8. That's not an 8 because of here. 2 and 3. Take out 6 and 1. 3's not allowed here, so 6. I guess I could have looked at this 3 there. And that's not an 8. It's the 8 here. If this was a 4, that wouldn't work, so that's a 2. That's not a 1. This is now a 4 and an 8. See, I need a 4 in here. This 4 tells me it's neither of those. This one tells me it's not here. It could still be either
8
of those.
can be placed in box 1.
These 2 8s take out all of this. This one takes out there. And this one is what takes out there. We get an 8 in the bottom left corner.
And then we can place 8 in box 2.
That's all Sudoku. These 2 8s and those 2 8s has to go here. And is that all the 8s? No, got this one. Where am I missing 1s? Here, those 2 places, 3 places, excuse me, and those 2. This one says no to that.
Well, where is there a possible? Yeah, never mind.
I have 5 left over. 4, 6, 7, 9. This 3 takes 3 out. 4 here takes this 4 out, and this one takes that one out. And then this 9 is what takes that 9 out. Tall Cat says 3 in box 1. So these 2 3s are going to remove all of that.
And box 8.
Right. So that's a 3, then that's a 1. Laura Smith says the 2-5 pair in box 6. This 3 is what takes that one out. And then this one sees there. So 1 there, 1 there. 2-5 pair in box 6. Well, that takes the 5 out of this one. There's a 6-7 pair, which is going to give 9, so that.
That's a 3. The only place for a 3.
Right, and then this is a 4 because of the 6. And then 5, 6 pair is going to take 6s out of both of those, so 3 and 7. 6, 7. And then Laura Smith says 5, 6 pair in column 8. Okay, so I think all of that got resolved. Missing 2 and 4. 4 here is going to give us that. And also the 2 here. What's left over in here? Well, this 2 and that 2, we're going to rule out here, and then 1 isn't a 2, so there's that. I need a 5, a 6, and a 7, and I've already got 5 and 7 here, so 6, which is going to take those out. Got 4 left in this column. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we've got these 2 2s, which take out those 2s. 3 here, a 3 here. And those 2 aren't 3s. Oh, and the 3 there means that's not a 3.
There's a 4 in row 5 also.
And a 4. 2 5 pair. It's going to take out the 5s. So 4 and 3 is what's left over. And this bottom left corner means this bottom left corner doesn't work, so there's a 4 here. I've got 5, 7, and 9 left over in the column. And this one isn't a 9 because of the 9 in the top row. So that makes this a 9. I've got 5, 6, and a 4 left over in this row, and then the 4 here looks up to see that. Placing this 4, so this is 5, 6, and 7.
The 5, 7 pair in column 2 are both in position 2, so it removes 5 and 7 from position 2. Well, the 5 from position 2 in box 9.
Right. Two, 5, 6. 5, 6, and well, whatever this is, it's not 5 or 6.
9.
There's a 5 here and a 6 there. These 3 are what? 3, 4, and 6. And then neither of those are a 6 because of that one and that one. Yeah. So then this one's a 6. This 4 sees that one, so we get those. 2, 5.
7, 9.
7, 9. And then we've got a 9 here and a 9 in the top right, so neither of those are 9s. And since that one's not a 9, this one is. This one isn't a 2 because of the 2 here. And then this isn't a 7 because of the 7 that sees it. A 2, 5 pair is going to place a 7. And then we're going to get a 7 here because 7, 7, 7, and 7. Excuse me. This one is done. It's a 5, which again I can just look at this sum up here and it'll tell me what that's supposed to be. 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, not a 6. And then I've got this one.
That's a 6.
And
9
here. And these 2. I'm doing something wrong. Let's see. This one's red. That one is blue. Okay, this one red. Little killer sum. Okay. Blue, red, blue. I had completely forgotten about that one. Thank you, Talking.
Yeah, I did too.
1, 2, and 3 is 6. Another 6 is 12. 1 is 13.
We're at 32,
2.
so it needs to be a 5.
Blue is 5, red is 2. There we go. Easy days. Nice, that one flowed really well. With the dots here, and then this line, and how it combined with this one. Yeah. All right. Go on to puzzle 2 for today. It's going to be this one. Copy and paste. Yeah. The disjoint sets are always difficult for me to remember. I use the conflict checker, which helps a lot. I still try to make sure that I point out where things are conflicting to make sure that I remember that rule, because it was really helpful with the one that Mum spotted with the 5-7 pair. That one was really important, and it was a really good use of the disjoint set. Laura Smith says, I color the disjoint set. At least I'm assuming that's what them means there. And yeah, that's really another really good tool that I really love the software that Sven has put together with the Sudoku Pad app, which I should probably do something in the description to like shout out the work that Sven has done on okay, good. On the Sudoku Pad app. Let's see, there's the button I'm looking for, edit. Yeah, I do link that I do have it listed that I'm using Sven's Sudoku Pad, but outside of that, I don't have anything for that other than just what's on the screen. Anyway, all right, puzzle 2. All right, I already put the link in the chat, so if you'd like to go, make sure to go find that one. Love, Light, and Truth number 4 by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row column in a 3x3 box. Digits on an arrowed line sum to the total given in the connected circle. Digits may repeat if other rules allow. Cells separated by a black dot has one digit double the other, a 1-to-2 ratio. Digits in a dotted cage without repeat sum to the total given in the top left corner of the cage, if given. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive, and cells separated by an X sum to 10, and there are no negative constraints. Alright. So this one's a lot more different than the other ones have been, but I can see already that these 3 circles and their attached arrows are going to be 6, 7, 8, or 9, because there are 3 in the same box or in the same column. The next thing I see is this set of dots here. Now, if we think about what any of these pair of dots can be, the smaller digit has to be from the set 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you tried to make the smallest digit a 5, 5 would double to 10, which is a double-digit number which isn't representable in this puzzle. From there, 1 doubles to 2, doubles to 4, and continuing that doubles to 8. So we get a chain of 1, 2, 4, and 8, which is really important here, because that means that these two have to be a 1-8 pair and these two a 2-4 pair. And then if I go grab the rest of these, the last digit from the smaller group that I haven't looked at yet is a 3, which doubles to 6. But the 3,
Yeah.
6 are just 3 and 6. And you were going to say, Mama?
Well, I was gonna say that it doesn't matter. Since they all have to be different anyway, they're all in the same cage, but the 3, 6 it's not eliminated automatically. I don't know what I was thinking.
Were you looking at the 31 here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is possible that we go 1, 2, 4, and 8 all
Yeah,
together.
but row 5, column 9 cannot be an 8 because of the arrow would make that more than too much.
Mm-hmm. Now, I see right here that we can actually tell what direction this all has to go, because this cannot be an 8, because if it was, it would pair with a 2 or a 4, both of which is going to make it greater than 10, which makes that not work. So this is going to be 1, 2, 4, 8. So that makes this a 5. 1 and 2 get removed from here. 2 and 4 are going to get removed from up here. Meaning 1 and 8 don't work on this side.
The column 3 black prop key. Since 1 and 2 came out
1.
of the bottom, the 1, yeah.
I think this arrow is going to be really important because 2 and 4 get removed. So 7 and 6 aren't available. And I mean, the
1,
minimum,
3, 5 is the minimum.
and there's no way to make any of those
Yes.
digits larger. So that is going to be an 8, a 9.
No, that's 9.
I was, yeah, I don't know what I was doing. Tallcat confirms that that arrow is forced, as I cannot do math. 3 and 1 got removed, but 3 being removed means this side isn't a 6. And
The 2
1
goes
and
away
4.
because 2 can't go with anything, yeah.
Yeah. The 4 got removed from this one. The 1 here was what still allowed the 2 to be until that got removed. What's left over in this column? We've got 6,
7,
8,
8.
7. This one's not an 8 because there's already an 8 in here. So this 2, 3, 4,
It can't
5.
be 8. Never mind, yes, it can.
If we did 3 and 5, I think. We know one of those two is an 8. If this was an 8, that would be a 4, meaning it would have to be 2 or 3. And this would be 1, 2, or 3, 6. Which would be interesting. But how do we make this one work? Well, we know that this has to have a 1 on it, because if it didn't have a 1, it would be 2, 3, and 4, which would make 9. But we've already got a 3 or 4 here, so 2, 3, and 4 would break that one. So we have to have a 1. Takes 1 out as an option. What else? If it was an 8, it would have to be 1, 2, and 5, not 1, 3, and 4.
The elbow of the other arrow can't be a 4 in that box, in box 3. Can't be a 4. Because if if the 8 is on the crop key, then that goes to a 4, so that couldn't be a 4. And if the 8 is in the circle, then it would be a pair of 4s, so the bottom can't be a 4.
Right. Well, if this was a 6, this would be 1, 2, and 3. This is already a 9, but if this is 1, 2, 3, then this would have to be 4 and 5, which would make 9, which isn't allowed because of this. So 6 isn't an option. 1, 2, 4 would make 3 and 5, which is 8. That would be 3 pairs with 6, and, well, that would be a pair, so that would just simply be an 8.
But if that's
Um,
1, 2, 4, then the crop key in box 3 becomes 3, 6.
which would break this, and we'd have
Right.
2 3 6s. And Tallcat confirms that, so 7 is gone from here. So 8 has one option. 1, 2, and 5. We make this a 3, a 4, an 8, and a 7. And you'd have 3 and 6. Oh. If this was 1, 2, 5, you'd have 3 and 4. And that's all of the low digits. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is all the low
Right.
digits.
Then that breaks.
So this is a 9. And it
Can't be 2, 3, 4, so it has to have a 1.
yeah, 1, 2, 6 would be 2 of the low
4, 8.
digits, a third one, and a fourth one. 1, 3, 5 would make that be 2 and 4.
Well, if the 9 is 1, 2, 1, 2, 6, then the crop key in box 3, fully in box 3, it has to be 4, 8,
Mm-hmm.
and then oh yeah, that works. Never mind.
So
Apparently, I can't keep numbers straight.
the way I'm thinking about it is that we know this one has to be a low digit. One of these two has to be a low digit, and this has to have 2 of them. So this one here we know has to be a 5, and that 5 can't pair with a 4, so this has to be a 3. So that's going to give us 6 and 8. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
So that's going to have to be 1, 2, 6 then, because I have to have a 4 on here, so the 2 can't be on here, and I don't know what direction that goes.
And 7's in the center.
Nice. 6 and 8 get removed, so does 3, so we get a 2 there. There's a 7 down here.
Yeah.
The 2's here and here are going to line up, giving us a 2 across the top of box 1. This isn't a 7 because of the 7 there. We can also remove 6 as an option because of 1, 2, and 6. And so that would just simply have nothing on it.
Well, and it can't be a 1. The 6 has to be on the arrow in box 3, because if it's 1, 2, then going down to box 6, 3, 4, 5 would have to go on that arrow, and you can't do that. If 1,
So you're
2,
saying that 6 has to
that
be on
has
this
to have
side.
a 6 on it, yeah. And since 6 has to be on there, it comes off of the right side of the crop key, and so 3 comes off of the left.
Now I know this has 2 low digits, but those 2 low digits cannot be 1 and 2. But we can do 1, 3, 4. One, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. Well, I haven't thought much about the boxes. This is a 7, so that's 1 through 6. I've got 3 and 4, which both look at this, so that's actually going to remove it from both sides. I guess I don't need 3 and 4 looking at that one. I just take the 4 that looks at both of them. So that feels a little silly. But 5 looking at this one means 5 is gone and 2 is gone from the other side. So I either have 1, 6 or 2 and 5. Don't bring me that much. I know 2 is here, so 2 is gone from these two, which means 1 is also gone.
There has to be a 7 on that 31 because it's 14 missing in 2. It's either 5, 9, or 4, or 6, 8 missing. So 7 has to be on there. But we don't know yet where it is, so.
Yeah, it could be in either of these spots. Tall Cat says there's a 9 in box 6. This 9 takes it out of here. This 9 takes it out of this one. And then these 3 are on an arrow that is more than 1 digit. And it can't be on the 2 to 1 ratio because 9 can't be halved because it's odd, and doubling it is going to significantly break the...
And that's got to be 4, 7 for the 11. Because 3, 8's gone, 5, 6 is gone, 2, 9 is gone.
So that takes out 4 as an option. And 8 would be 1, 2, 5. But that's not allowed because 1 and 2 would make both of those 6. So this has to be 9, being 1, 3, 5. So 1 is gone. I've got, what, 2, 6, and 8 left over?
And that 1, 3, 5 works above it.
Right. Well, 1 looking down here is going to take out 1 and 6. And then this X is going to be 2, 8, because 2 and 8 pair to 10. And then across from the 6 would be a 4.
2, 4, 6, 8 quad in the column of 8.
So this one's a 5 and a 2. These 2 are no longer 2.
And since the 2 came out on the bottom of the X, the 8 comes out on the top.
Right. It's going to give us a 2, 6 pair. And that an 8. And what's left over in this column? Well, I'll need a 6 somewhere. And 3, 5, and 9 aren't 6. And then the 2, 6 takes it out of all of those. And 6 isn't a 2. And because of this cage here, we need a 6 there. And then this is whatever the last digit in the column is. That looks like a 1.
1.
And then Laura Smith says 3 in column 8.
And 4 and 4, 7, and 8 left in the box, and 4 and 8 are in row 9.
A 6 can be removed from both of these, which means I need a 4, which means it's not here. It's left over in box 8. 3, 9, and 6. 3 and 6, we're going to make this one the 9. 4, 8 pair, so these two sum to, I was going to say they sum to 20, but that's not true, because it doesn't work either way. I need a 5 and I need a 7, so I've got 4 and 8 going across. 5
But
and
that
7
means
is 12.
Yeah, 8 left. Can't be
Okay,
1,
so
7, or 3, 5, so it's 2, 6.
2 is gone. So we have 4, 8 pair, so 8 and 4 get removed. So 3 is gone from both of those positions, and what's left over in the row? 3, 6, and 1, 5, and 9. And then 8 here is going to take 8 out of that. So we have the version that has an 8 in here, not 9. Because we have 3 and 6. Tall Cat says 2 is placed in row 4 because of the cage. And Crocky, right, because the 2 here is going to take it out of these two. So then that leaves it here. Five and 9 are removed, and then this sees a 3, a 6, and an 8. 4, 8 here is going to remove the 4, and then we need a 2 as one of those two, so that's not a 2.
Where's your 8 in column 4?
Well, this one takes out of these 3, this one takes it out of that one, and the 8 in here is going to remove it from all of those. So this has to be an 8. And Laura Smith confirms that that one is possible. 1, 2, 4, and 7, and 2's here and here. Take out 2 as an option. Whoops. Removed it from too many things. 1 has to be one of these two. So this isn't a 1.
Well, that and it also had to be in the cage, 31 cage.
Ah. Well, it has to be one of those two. Because the 7 could be over here still. No, what about this 19? Or maybe... Yeah, so where is 3 in the 20? It has to be along the bottom. So this is 6, that's 3, this is 3, that one's 6. Not a 3 is a 3. So this is what, 1, 3, and 9. So what about this 19? Well, it doesn't have an 8. It must have a 9. And it's either 3 and 7 or 4 and 6 for the remaining 10. What that means is I cannot make this a 3, 6 across the crocky dot in box 6, because that would remove both possibilities, the 3, 7 and the 4, 6. So this is 1 and 2.
Well, there's a 6 in the box, in box 4.
Oh, that makes things way easier. 3, 7, and 9. Would help if I paid attention to that.
Which places the 7 in the 31 cage.
Tall Cat likes my logic with the dot, even if it was a bit unnecessary. I still need a 6 in here. And Mom said 7. I still miss 1, 2, and 5, I think. Looks like those are all good. What's left over in column 5? A 4, a 9, and
5.
4, 5. Ah, whoops. Removed too many things. Let's see. Let's start with the 10 in box 1. 1 and 9 get removed. So 2 and 8 get
2
removed.
and 8 get removed, yeah.
So that leaves 3, 7, and 4, 6.
Which would be the 3 on top or 6 on top. Row 1, column 3 can't be a 2. Yes, it can. Never mind. Because it could go to 3.
Yeah. Okay, so what could this croppy dot be? Tallcat says you have to have an even digit on that dot, so it has
And
to
2
be a
has
2.
to be on it.
Right, because 4, 6, and 8 in the column,
Yeah.
that sees both of them. So because it has to be a 2, it's going to have to be the top one, and then it's going to be 1 or 3, but the 1 directly to the right tells us which way that goes. And if I can add, then I would get the correct digits for 10. Clean up a little bit more.
7
1,
and 8.
5,
8. Row 3 is 8 and then 7.
8, and 7. 9 here, 1 here, a 5. 1, not 1s, not 9s.
Row 2 is a 9 left.
Apparently this one's just a 5. Because we've got all of those. So we've got 5 and we've got 1 left over, and this one is what's made that one the 5 and that one the 1. 7, 7, 3, 3, 9, and 5, and we are done. And then Laura Smith confirmed the 7 and 8 left over in row 3. Awesome. All right. That was a fun puzzle. Let's see. Grab at least a couple more puzzles. This one is my B. Episode 16. Whisper the Lonely X. Oh, by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9, once each in every row column in a 3x3 box. Adjacent digits along a green line must differ by at least 5. Cells separated by an X sum to 10, and not all X's are given.
We're not the first solvers on this chip sounder puzzle.
We are not. It got featured on Cracking the Cryptic and solved by Mark. And let me make sure that I give can I paste? No? Why is it not letting me copy? I don't know why it wasn't letting me copy. That was weird. All right, link to the puzzle if you'd like to give it a go. Let's get started here. Well, I know that all of these have to be in the same group. And all of these have to be in the other group.
And those can't be low. Because if they were low, they would have to be 1, 3, and 4, and you can't put 4 on any of those.
So these are the high group, and these are the low group.
4 is going to have to be one of the ends.
We know that 2 has to be one of these two. But none of these are 6. 79. Now, we do know that one of these two is the 9, so this one isn't. Because one of these two has to be a 4, placing the 9.
Oh, you could place 5 in row 3.
Right, because all of these are on the whisper lines, and this one right here, excuse me, this one's on whisper line, and then this one right here is part of the 10, so it can't be a 5 paired with another 5, so it gives us a 5 here. We'll go ahead and paint gray. 2 should be blue, and this 6 appears red. Well, where is 2 in box 2? This 2 tells us it's not across the middle. This 2 tells us it's neither of those two. 5 and 6 aren't 2, so then it has to be one of these two. But we know from the 4 blue digits in column 5 that it's not another low digit at the top of column 5. So we get a 2 here. Just both these low digits, and then all of these are going to be high digits.
Right, like you just pointed out, column 5, what's left are all high digits.
Right. Well, I've got 3 high digits in row 3. Another high digit will have to be here, so this one's blue. This partner will be here, and those two are both going to be red. I also see 2 high digits in column 1, so those two, paired with 1 here and 1 here, mean the remainder 2 are low or 5. Tall Cat says, where are 4 through 6 in row 3? So this one and that one could make a 6-1 pair here. But this could not be 6 and 4. So where could 6 be? Clearly it has to be on a red digit. And it's not here, because those two couldn't both be 1s. This one cannot be a 6 because it's next to a 2.
Yeah. And the first one can't be a 6.
Because it would place a 4
because that would be
here.
A 4, and those would both be 9 in the red.
Right. So I'm going to have to place 6 as one of these two. This one would make both of those 1s. So this is a 6, and that one's a 1. Blue and a red. We get a 3-4 pair here. So this is an 8-9 pair then. This one sees a 1 and a 2. So this is 3 or 4. So,
That
well,
can't
it
be
can't.
4.
Right, so that's 3 and another 8, 9. Well, this has to be 3 with 8 and 9 around it and a 7 here. 4, 9, 8, 3. 8 here, 7 here. Neither one's a 7. 9. These positions, an 8 here, an 8 here. 4 is gone from that one, so it's up here. 3s are gone from there, so it's here.
Row 4, column 3 is a 7 because it sees 8 and 9 and it can't be 6.
Because of the 2 that it's connected to. Um, Well, got 5, 7, and 9 left over. The 9 is ruled out because of the 9 over here. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 and 9 is gone. 7, 8 is gone. And just 8 is gone from these two.
Column 1, since a 6 is going to have to be one of the ends of the, and the next would be a 1, then the 1s come out from the 2 corners of boxes 4 and 7. Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to mark it, but if this is the 6, then that's an 8. But if this is a 6, then that one's an 8. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Or, well, it doesn't matter yet. What's left over? Tallcat says the 8 in column. Oh, yes. The 8 sees those. This is an 8 up here. In column 5. So what's left over in these 3? 1, 3, and 7. 7 here. I'm going to make that this. This 3 is going to give me 1 and 3. 7 is going to see that, so 5 is gray. These 3 are high digits, and these 2 are low. What's left over in this column? 4, 5, and the 6. Two or 4 doesn't really matter because the 9. Laura Smith says column 8. 8 in column 8 is on a line. We know that it's not any of these 6 because of these 2 8s. This 8 sees that one. We get 8 is one of those 2.
And 8, well, no, if it is 8
It
on
just
the top
removes
one.
4 as a neighbor. But if 8 was here,
Well, it also could be, that's a 1, then that would be a 1-2 pair.
because neither sees 3.
With 1 on the left. That would not work because then 6 would have to go 6 for column. No, because 6 would just have to go in a knot. Never mind.
Yeah, because you can put 7 on.
Because that
Oh,
would
well,
be
you
7
couldn't
on
put
the end
7
of.
on here. Oh, but I could put 9 here. Or no.
Well, no.
Okay.
You couldn't
8
put
and 1,
7
2.
because 7 would go with 1, 2.
Yeah. And since I put an 8 here, I'd have to put 9 is one of them. Well, this 9 sees that, but now I've got a 1 and 2 pair, so then 3 or 4, but then 3, 4, 1, and 2.
Yeah.
And then that won't work. So this isn't an 8 either way. That gives us the 8 here, which is a high digit, and so that's 1 or 2. Low.
Well, and on the column 9 on the German Whisper, it's either a 6 or a 7 for the high digit.
Mm-hmm.
So the other is either a 1 or a 2. And
5, 6, and 7, I think, is what's left over. Do we know which way they go?
no,
Okay.
because 6 and 6 could be on either one. Those both ones, that's a 2.
This one can't be a 6.
Yes, it can.
The one that sees
Oh, there. I missed that one.
I could have explained why it wasn't a 6, despite the fact that these two didn't see each other. I could have explained that better. So if this was a 7, these would have to both be 2 and a 1. Because if this is a 2, because of the one that looks at it, then that would be a 1, and that would be a 2 as well. So you get 1 and 2. Not seeing any problems. Of course, if this is 1 or 2, then you get a 4 here and a 9. So 4, 9. And if this is a 7, that would be a 2. 7, 8, 9. But there's already an 8, and we said that's a 7, so one of these two is a 9. I think that's the only options. Because if this is 1 or 2, then you get a 1, 2 pair, and this sees a 3, so that would have to be a 4. And if this is 7, then this has to be 1 or 2, but the one up here makes it a 2. And then 7, 8, 9 to be next to that 2. Tall Cat says the second one doesn't work. I'm not sure which one the second one is, or why
The
it
short
doesn't work.
line in row 8. Yeah, short green line in row 8.
Well, I have to put a high digit on here, and it can't be 9 because one of these two has to be a 9. Then I've got 6, 7, and 8. So 6, 7, and 8. And then 7, 8 here. So then this would be a 6 paired with a 1. Well, actually, that is just forced to be 6 and 1. Because I didn't do any assumptions as to which way it was going. It just said one of them had to be a high digit, and this sees all 4. So yeah, okay. Tall Cat explained that
Yeah.
more of how that one worked with just a specific one of them. But let's see, I can take the 6 off of here. This one makes this a 2 now. And that's 9 and 4 and a 5. So we get gray. blue and red. A 1 and... Well, that could be 6 or 7 here. This is 7, this one's 9. Take 5s out of those. But a 4-6 pair makes this one a 9. Take 9 out of these. I still need a 9, but I don't know which one it's going to be, but that's a 4-9 pair. Let's see, I still need a 3 in here. That can't be a 3. It's going to be one of those two. Laura Smith says 4 in row 5. So it can't be here because it would make both of those 9. 2 isn't a 4. That doesn't see 4. 4-9 pair sees that. None of this can be a 4, and then the 4 there. So this is the only thing that's left. These 3 actually could be marked. 8, 5, and 3. And 3 and 8 make this one a 5. Making this 6, making that 7, and a 5 down here.
Row 5 needs a 1.
And then that makes these high digits. So 8 and 3. And the low digits. This is no longer a 5, so it's a low digit.
That's a 3 next to the 8 in row 6.
5, gray, red. This has to be a 9, because next to a 3 has to be 8 or 9. So then that's going to be 6, 8, and it doesn't matter which way that goes, but one of them has to be a 6, so that's going to be 4 and 6 this way. Let's see, what are these two? All of the low digits. So this is a high digit. So is that one.
Row
and then the rest of these
4
are
can
low.
have a 5 placed.
4, 5 would be placed here. That means this is the last low digit.
And it's a 2.
So that's 1, and this is going to be 6 or 7, but there's already a 6, so it must be 7. I'm also missing another high digit, so we've got 7 and 8 left over. There's a 7.
And there's a 7. Yeah.
1, 6, and 8. 8. Laura Smith says 4, column 8. It can't be in the bottom, so it must be on top. Now this one is 6, and I'm missing a blue 1 and a blue 3.
4 in box 7.
Not that one, and...
It can't be next to an 8 on a German Whisper.
4, so that's a 2, then this must be a 5. 4 here, and now I need the last 5. I also need a 1, which is going to be on the right side, a 2, which is going to be on top, and a red 6 to finish the puzzle. Nice. Alright. That was a fun one. Maybe I need to start taking a short nap in the afternoon, but I don't like napping. But I do sort of push the limits of my schedule. The reason I bring this up randomly is that I have fuzzy brain, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to do one more puzzle, even though we definitely have enough time, even if my brain is sort of melting at the moment, but I definitely have enough help. So even if it isn't me, I just have to put all the digits in. But Sandra and Nala do fun puzzles, so let's give this one a go. Unfortunately, my camera's covering a little bit of the rules, but hopefully that's not going to be too much of an issue. Let's see. I think I'm going to paste the link in the chat first, and then I'll read the rules. If this will cooperate and let me copy and paste. I don't know why I wasn't letting me copy right away. But copy, give this one a refresh, paste the link in chat if you'd like to see all of the rules yourself, and as well as give the puzzle a go. Cookie Crime Part 2, Connecting Clues by Sandra and Nala. Nala tries to find a connection between the clues left by the cookie thief. She takes careful steps around what she believes are important clues. Whenever she finds something, she tries to connect it and get closer to solving the mystery. This is very important because she does not want any more of her treasured foods to disappear. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 in every row column and box exactly once each. Additionally, the grid is partially covered in fog. Placing correct digits will clear at least some of the fog from surrounding cells, possibly revealing more clues. Some dynamic fog elements might prevent all, up to 8 cells, from being revealed at once. All given lines in this puzzle are German whisper lines. Digits along a line must have a difference of at least 5. Each line has its own color. Elements of the same color are connected. Additionally, you have to build your own between lines by matching clues, footprints to footprints, cookie crumbles to cookie crumbles, etc. The clues act as circled endpoints of a between line. All such lines must be connected by choosing the shortest possible orthogonally connected path that does not share any cells with any other line, including the German whisper lines. Digits along a between line must be between the digits on the circled ends of the line. Digits in a dashed cage must sum to the value in the top left corner of the cage. Digits may repeat within their own cage, and digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. Excuse me. What did I mess up?
Digits may not repeat within their own cage. At least I did not hear a not when you said it, but
okay. Yeah, I meant to say not. I don't remember if I did or not.
my
So
ears
thank you
didn't
for
hear
that.
it. You may have said it.
I may have not have. Either way, we are confirming that there are no repeats within a cage. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio, and not all possible dots are given. There is no negative constraint. I'm at least proud that I got through that with only one mess up. So, let's see. We've got cookie crumbles here. 16 has to be 7 or 9.
Well, in that 13 cage has to be 4 and 9 since all the lines are German whispers.
Yeah.
And the left can't be the 4 because then it would connect to another 9.
Well, 1, 2, 3. 6, 8. It can be a 6 because both of these won't conflict. But this one's 1, 2, or 3. Now, our between line is orthogonal, but it cannot cover another line. So it can be this path, or it can be this path, or it can connect there. But since that's a little messy, remove all of that for the moment.
Well, we can look at that, the 2 black crop keys.
We definitely can. So on the 1 to 2 ratio dots, the smaller digit can be from 1, 2, 3, or 4. If the smaller digit was a 5, it would double to 10, which we can't represent in this puzzle. Now, 1 doubles to 2, which doubles to 4, which doubles to 8, but 3 doubles to 6, and that's where the chain ends. We don't have 3 and 6 on this chain, and in the middle, we can't use 1 or 8, because 1 doubles to 2, but it doesn't half to anything. 8 halves to 4, but doubles to 16. I guess 1 halves to a half, but we can't represent a half or 16 in this puzzle. But we know that 2 and 4 will be used up. So this isn't a 2 up here. Okay. Well, all right. So how can our cookie crumbles between line work? I can't cover a 9, because if I did, then the 9 wouldn't be between anything. So it's going to have to go like so. And what that does is it removes 1 as an option from everything in here, so the middle becomes a 4. And that's going to force a 1 and a 9 on both sides. So 1's get removed, 3's going to pair with 8, and I can have 2 or 3 over here. And I'm missing, 5 and 6 left over in box 3. And I think I'm going to go ahead and I'll keep the line, even though it sort of looks like it's making it difficult to tell exactly what's on there. But I will try and get over it. Well, whatever those 3 are, they're in the same group. But that means, because we can see that the line goes this way and then goes down to here, that this cannot be from the high set of digits. So this is actually 1, 2, and 3, which is going to give us 5, 6, and 8 down here. And we've got 6, 7, and 8 here.
And neither of those can be 6.
Right. Now, if one of these two has to be a 7, this cannot be a 3. But what I do know is that this is a 5, 6 pair to go along with this 5, 6, and this is going to have to be the 4. Aha! And now it's another circle. It's the footprints. Now, it can't go on top of a line, so it's going to have to go to here. But we don't know where else it goes from there. What we do know is that because of the white dot here, the white property, that I cannot make them both even, so it cannot be a 6-8 pair. I have to have a 5. And since 5 connects with 6, well, 5 can't go down to 4 because of this 4 here. So this is the 6, this is the 5, and this is a 7. An 8, a 2, 8, 7. 3 is now
And there's
placeable.
more footprints.
Aha. So that's going to have to just immediately go there. So this is 8 or 9. It can't be an 8 because of the 8 here. So that's a 9. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which makes this 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 and 3 get removed.
Well, and the one on the left can't be a 4 because it would go to both 9.
Right.
So the top of that 5 box can't be a 1.
apparently this is an 8, because we've got all the high digits there. And then this isn't an 8, this is the 8, and this 8 up here. And it couldn't be a 6 because well, that one can't be a 1, so. But they would conflict anyway, even if that could have been a 1. What's left over in here?
1 and
3?
6? No, wait, yeah, 1 and 3. Sorry, I saw the 6 and immediately said it.
Now, this has to go down and around, and it has to take the shortest orthogonal path, so it has to be like so. 1, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, which actually places our 4, which places a 9.
Well, 7's going to have to be the one endpoint. So 1 and 7 are the endpoints. Yeah.
Yes. And 7 here. So 1. Oh, it didn't like that. So I guess we have to rethink that one. We know 2 has to be one of these two, so this isn't a 2, so that's not a 3. Does it have to be a 1? I know 2 has to be one of these two, but what if this was a 3?
Oh, it could repeat because I forgot we could repeat the...
Yeah. But I think we know one of them has to be a 7 because if I put the 7 as one of these two, well, we've already got 8 and 9 in here, and this is both endpoints, so then it's going to have to be greater. So we know because of this 7 that this has to be a 7, which clears that one. So 7, 8, and 9, and then this isn't a 6. And now we know that 2 has to be one of these two. But this isn't a 4 because of the 4 way at the top.
And the max that the lower end can be is a 3. Because column 3 takes up 3, so 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
And that's the 1, 2, 3 triple now in the box.
Right, so this is a 4, and 1, 3, and 4 get removed. So this is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this one isn't 4 or 6, this one isn't 4 or 5, and this one isn't 2, 5, or 6.
Well, and in box 8, there's a 5 cage with a 4 on top.
Right, so 1 is going to give us a 3, 2, a 3, a 1. This is now a 6, and now our 2s and 3s get removed, 5 and 4. Now these two lines are connected because they're the same color. I'm going to start with these two. So this is a 1, 3 pair? No, 1, 2 pair? I'm trying to figure out what the sum was, but I think the fog sort of breaks it.
Row 8's an 8, 9 pair. And so that's 3 and something. 7?
Yes.
7, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I looked at this 4 and was like, yes, there's definitely a 4 in one of these two.
It's like when I saw the 6 and said, or 3 and said, 3. Oh, it's 3. Or whatever it was I said. Earlier.
There's nothing saying that this has to be the shortest orthogonal path. So there's no information I can tell by how far apart these are. At least I don't think I can. No, because these are the same and those are different, and they're both one step away. Well, one thing I could do is I can look at this one and be like, it sees 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this must be a high digit, which is going to be 6 or 7.
Which
Is
would
there any
have to go to a
reason?
1 because there's a 2 in row 3.
So it's a 1 either way. Now we get some leaves. I don't know where the other leaves are, but they're not on the other side of this. But they're probably one of these. Well, they're going to have to be one of those two. So I'm going to have to go down.
Well, and the purple line or whatever periwinkle, whatever that is, that's a high digit, and it can't be a 7 because it's on a black crop key.
Right. So that's an 8. That's a 4. That one. Well, it could go up or it could go right. This is going to also be a high digit, not a 9. 1, 2, or 3. Well, 6, 7, so 5, 6, 7, 8, except for the 7, 8 pair here. So then 5, 6 is going to take out 6s, 7, 8. It's placed. And then what's O?
That's fun. The weather sirens are going off.
Oh, I can't hear it. I'm surprised it's not, your microphone's not picking it up.
Well, I'm inside, so I can just. It's not very loud, so it's not loud enough to be picked up.
Yeah. Do you feel like you need to hop off
No.
because of the siren? Okay.
Hey, I accidentally locked myself out during a tornado siren one time, so yeah.
How recently was that one?
Oh, it's been several years.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I want to look across the top here. 9, 4, 8, 3, and
Couple of
7.
years? I don't remember when it was.
5, 6. Well, I should probably fill in box
2,
2.
3, 5, 6.
So, this has to be at least 2 apart. So this
Yeah.
could not be 5 or 6. It's going to have to be a 3. And so,
4, 5. That's going to there into 6. Oh, but wait a minute. That doesn't work. Oh, yeah,
why
4,
not?
5. Because I was looking down instead of over.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot it could go through that 4.
Still
1 and
need
9.
and then 2, 3, and 7, I think. 7 and 3 get removed from these two. Well, this is the next thing that sort of sticks out. So,
Well,
there's a 5, 6 pair, and then 4 and 8 tell me this is a 3. And these
3 would have
two,
to go to 8.
yes, definitely an 8, not a 4. And 1, 2 pair is going to give me this 3. This 8 is going to tell me 8 and 9.
And you can't have 1 on the between line.
Yeah, that is always removed. 2, 5, and 6 is
That's
going to give a 1. So this is the 2, 1 and 2. 7, 2, 1, 9. 1, 4, 8, 3, 2. This one's not a 9. These aren't 5 or 6. So this is 7 or 9, and not removed from anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Theoretically. Except I can't have a 9 on the between line, and now this is the only place a 9 can go. So then
Well, and
this
you
is going
can't
to
have,
have to be a 7.
yeah, I was gonna
Because,
say you can't have 5 on the other end anyway.
yeah. 3 and 7. These two are going to be 6 and 9. And this one sees a 9, so 6 there, 9 there. I need a 1 as one of these two. This 6 sees that one. Got a 2, so I need a 3. And 3 there is going to fix that. It's going to fix these. 5, 6, and a 2. 5, 5, 6, and 6. I also need a 5 in here, and a 4 to finish the puzzle. Alright. The solution is correct. Nala was able to gather useful information on her first major investigation. Her most important clue was the shed fur she found. It gave her a good idea of who the thief might be already. A familiar scent. She was also relieved to find at least one of her cookie bones next to a dug hole. After eating it quickly, she feels energized enough to continue her search. I feel like it is heavily suggested that
That Nala's the cookie
Nala,
thief.
exactly, but it's still potentially possible that it was somebody else. With that, we still have time for probably one more puzzle. Although I think Sandra and Nala post to Logic Masters Germany. So let's see if we can find that one. There it is. Column 1.
Did we do part 1 at some time?
I don't think so. That was pretty easy. I don't really remember any particularly tricky moments. Yeah, I mean, we could look at these. Yeah, we definitely did not solve part 1, so we should probably give part 1 a go. Looks like it is significantly harder than parts 2 and 3, or at least it was considered more difficult than parts 2 and 3, but let's give that one a go, and then we'll come back with part 3 probably next time, depending on how quickly we solve this one. Let's give this one a go. And I guess I did also realize that I forgot that I need to save this link to my notes. Because I like posting the Logic Masters Germany link when possible. With that, we're going to tackle part 1, which is right here. Alright. And again, I'm going to do this. And because there is this one, I'll put this one here. But if you would like to give this one a go, paste Copy and paste. First try. Alright. Cookie Crime Part 1 Hide and Seek by Sandra and Nala. The bag of treats is empty, and Nala has put on her guilty face. The bag had way too many of her chicken-flavored bones left for her to have eaten them all, so chances are that she left some for later. But where? There seemed to be some clues that might be useful for recreating Nala's creative backyard mapping and narrowing down the regions where she might have attempted to hide things. It's worth a try. Dynamic fog. The grid is partially covered in fog. Placing correct digits might clear some fog from its surrounding cells, possibly revealing more clues. Sometimes extra cells can be revealed as well. Chaos construction. Each row, column, and region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. A region is an orthogonally connected collection of cells. The shape and position of the regions have to be determined with the help of the following clues. Circles. There are 9 blue circles with thicker outlines in the grid. Each blue circle belongs to a different region. Additionally, there are black circles with thinner outlines. These can be in any region, and a region can have more than one black circle. The digit in a circle, blue as well as black, counts the number of cells that the circle sees from its own region in the row and column up to the first border, including itself. Small magenta arrows count the number of region borders seen in the direction of the small arrow. If a cell has more than one arrow, they see the same amount of borders in all pointed directions, not the sum of borders. The outer edges of the grid do not count as borders, and digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio. Not all possible dots are given. There is no negative constraint. Okay, so what we're saying is that there's a wall here, and there's also a wall just simply around the whole puzzle, and there's a wall here. These two arrows tell me how many walls there are in the two directions. But what I do know is that this region is going to step down. This region is going to step down, which makes this one continue to go down, and then it's going to run into a wall. Now, the regions are all 9 cells. So I know that the orange region must continue, the blue region must continue, and then we get a wall here, and now this is the green region. Well, green and blue are too close to each other. I'll go ahead and make it red. Can I learn anything else from here? Well, what I do know is that this sees 3 in its region. This sees 2 in its region. And that means that there are only 2 walls, and we found 1 so far, in both the downwards direction and rightwards direction. Now this circle, we've got some black dots. So what can be on a 1:2 ratio dot? 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the smaller digits. If a 5 was the smaller digit, it would double to 10. This puzzle doesn't allow us to have 10s, so 5 isn't allowed. 1 doubles to 2, which doubles to 4, which doubles to 8, giving us a long chain of 4, and then 3 doubles to 6, and that's it. So we know that we can't have a 3 in here, so it has to be the 1, 2, 4, 8 chain, and in the middle, 1 and 8 get removed as options because 1 would double to 2 on both sides, which would conflict, and 8 would half to 4 on both sides, which would conflict. And then since this sees a 2, this must be a 4, which is going to give me 2 and 8 on opposite sides. Actually, I don't know.
Is the black circle?
The black circle just has the rule that it tells you how many cells it sees by looking in both directions. And if it only saw 2, that would mean it would include itself. And also that we can't repeat in the region anyway, so it's an 8.
Right.
And a 2 there. Which means that this sees the rest of the entirety of the blue box except for this one up here. Okay, well, this circle tells me how many of the red region we see so far, and it can't be 1 because it sees 2 already, but 2's already used, so is 3, so it must be at least 4, so we know that this extends all the way to here at minimum. Four, 5, 6, 7. This could not be 8 going all the way across, because if it did, the red region wouldn't have enough room. So we know we have at least 1 going down, and so orange goes down, and now we get this region. I'm going to make this one green. And just like before, this now sees 2 at minimum, but it can't be 1, 2, or 3, so minimum 4. And I think this one goes up to 6, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it just sees however many are in this column, but these 2 are both in the green region. Now this can go from 3 to 7, can't be a 4, and it can't be a 3. Now we've got this one here, this black crop key. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 are the options. The 8 here that sees both of these means 8 is removed as a possibility, and the top can't be 2 or 4 because it's in the blue region.
So the bottom is either 2, 3, or 6.
Right. Now, if they're both in the blue region, then it has to be 3 and 6, because it could not be 1 and 2. If it was half in, half out, it could be 1, 2, or it could be 3 in blue and 6 in orange, or it could be 3, 6 in some different region we haven't found yet. Theoretically, I don't think there's any reason why it wouldn't be allowed so far. This theoretically couldn't go all the way down.
No, it can't.
So we know we take at least 1 step to the right, which gives us another border wall here. Oh! Another thing to consider is that this purple arrow tells me that there must be another wall over on this side before we reach the far wall.
Oh, right.
So this cell has to be something different. I'm going to make it purple, which takes 7 out as an option here.
Yeah.
Another thing I know is that These have to be walls. Because
Right.
the 8
That sees
sees the
everything.
entire, yeah, except for this one.
Right, yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Well, with the 2 with the magenta arrow down,
Mm-hmm.
we can't add a 3rd color. So that
Right.
bottom one, isn't that gonna have to be green?
Yeah. Um,
So green's gonna have to go all the way to the corner.
right. Which makes this a 6. I don't know what region that one's going to be in yet.
But we know
But
it's
we,
gonna be 6 or 8
yeah,
because
because it
of the
can't be
crop
4
key.
because of the one up here. And yeah, because the top one's odd, this one must be even. But that should disqualify it from green then, because if it was in green, then that would mean because these, I mean, if this was 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this one would be 8, and I could only add one more, and
Right.
this one only sees 2. At most, I can add one more. That would be 3, which isn't possible. So we'll get a wall here.
Well, we know blue has to come down again from the 8 because if it goes over as far as if it only goes down 1, well, red has to come down,
And so must purple.
and so does purple. So, which makes that a 3, or the 2 can't be on the because there's already 2 in blue. That's what I'm trying to say.
And now this goes that far, so there's purple. And now we have this one, but we did have walls here and here now. And we get a new region. I'm going to make this one black. Okay. This could theoretically be orange, and if it wasn't orange, orange would be blocked off, so it must be orange.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where else is orange gonna go
And that
from
means
that
because
point?
it doesn't see these 3, it sees the entire rest of orange. I guess that was another reason it couldn't be green, because if it was, well, I think we've made this one, we determined it was not green before you pointed out that red and purple had to go down, meaning
Yeah.
that this blue couldn't go all the way there. But once we had that, then we didn't need to do that one to make that one orange. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Theoretically possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's theoretically possible that those connect. Unlikely. This has to be a 1 because wait, no, it doesn't. It's 1 or 2 because this could be a wall right here.
Right. If it's blue, then it's 1.
Yeah. Laura Smith says the white dot in column 2 under the 6 needs an even, and the only option is an 8 because we've already used 2, 4, and 6 already. So this is 7, 8, 9. We can't quite do the same logic here. Be 4 or 8. But if this was 2, then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, then red would get cut off.
Red, yeah.
So that does force this to be blue, and now it does have to be a 1. And that makes all 6 of these orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I don't need orange as a region.
And green has to extend.
6, 7, 8. One more. Ah, but blue has to extend at least down to here. Now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now blue is done. And now that's green, and that's over. And now our blue region and our green regions are done. I guess I'll keep that as black because it already started as black. Okay. I need a 3 in this column. It's already not either of these two, and there's already a 3 in here. So this is a 3.
There's another
that
crop
confirms
key.
that. 6, 7, 8, 9, not a 6, which means we have to have an 8 here. Those could theoretically both be 8s. There's one here and here. What's left over in this region? I have all my low digits, so 5, 7, and 9. I have 2 2s. So 2 is one of these two. I already have 3 6s. 2 3s, 3 3s. Don't see anything else important. I mean, 8s. But that's not that helpful. Are running low on time.
Where does 4 go in region 1?
In this region, it has to go here because this 4 removes it from all of those.
So now the white crop key in column 1 has to be an 8. And that's 1 5 left over in the bottom.
Just going to remove this for the moment.
1 5 7 9. Ah, column 3 has a 2-4 pair at the bottom.
5. Red. Wall. 7, 9 pair gives us an 8. Do the blue circles... No, it's impossible for the blue circles to all be different. Because there's no way to use a 1.
Right.
Okay. Hmm. Well, it's impossible to be 1. These are the options. There's nothing stopping me from putting a 9 there. So I need to learn something else. I have a minimum of 5 regions. Okay, I guess what I should just do right now is prove that the black region and the purple region are different regions. And the way I do that is the fact that this 6 here exists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the only way that black and purple work, because I need 4 more for red. But because I have to get around red to make those 2 regions connect,
Right.
you have to use a 6 here. So because this isn't a 6, these 2 must be different regions. Outside of that, I don't know where to go next. The fact that this has a circle in it feels suspicious. Because the way I got there was from knowing that these 2 3s placed a 3 there.
Right.
So is there any way for us to know what these 3 could be? Any of them? I don't think so. Unless there's a way for us to know what one of these 2 could be. But I don't think so. I guess one thing to note is that these 3 are all the same. And that those
Right.
2 are different. But knowing that those 2 are different doesn't mean anything to me. I don't think. that doesn't give me anything in this column. It doesn't tell me where this one is among these three. So maybe this is just sort of confirmation that you did the logic correct, other than the fact that you just simply know that it had to be a 3 because it revealed correctly. But yeah, I don't know. Unless this was just to disambiguate this, because I think the 3s I had. Yeah, because I used this double arrow to determine that this all had to be connected the way it is. Okay. Moving past that. These are the next clues. Right here and here are the next clues that I have.
Well, that black Kropke has to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. It cannot have an 8 on it. But that's not actually very helpful.
Yeah, and neither is this one, because while 7, 8, and 9 are ruled out, that's still 1 through 6 as options. It's just the left side can't be a 5. So where do we look to start building? Because I don't even know what I could place here. Because I mean, it could just be a weird shape like this. Although I probably highlighted too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, apparently I did that correctly. So that would allow it to be a 2. So, yeah, because there's too many spots for red to grow from. And while we know purple has to grow, there's nothing stopping it from going like that. I feel like I need something more. Okay, is there something about the shape of... Gosh darn it, this 7, 9 makes this a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, well, neither of these are allowed to be 5. In fact, they both
Okay,
have to be greater.
that black Kropke,
Is it 3?
well, the bottom sees 2, 4, and 8, and it can't be a 1 because of the 2 in the top, so that has to be a 3, 6.
Yeah, so we already have 5. So 6 is 1 more. 7 is 2 more. And then those have to be the ends. So this is the only other... Well, no. Oh, yeah, because this is a new thing. So that has to be red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and this, we know how many walls there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's not allowed. Did I do something wrong? I mean, that's the only option, isn't it? The 6 means extend down 1. 7
Well,
means extend down 2.
but you can go down for where that black is. You're gonna have to add another wall.
Oh, you're saying put a wall here, and now this
Yeah.
is a 5. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. That makes a lot of sense.
So now black has to go down.
Right. And how many does it have to go down?
And the one to the right of it is going to have to be another color.
Make it a new red. This can be a new
And it has to go down.
orange, red, black.
Black has to go down another one.
So this is minimum 3. But it's because
And
it's
it
these
can't
4,
be
5,
9.
and 6. Right.
It can't be 8. 7 would be the max.
Okay, this could only see 1 or 2 walls.
Now, is purple could be orange.
Yes. 5, 6, 7, and 3. And then I see 2 from both of these. 4, 8, 9. 2, 4, and 8. 1, 9, 4, 8. 1, 9, 4, 8. It's 2. Already sees 1, so there's only 1 more here. Two, 4, 8, 5, 3, 1, 9, 6, and 7. That's too many to mark at the moment.
I think purple must be orange. Because it sees 5. So unless it goes straight down. Oh, yeah, and it has that. It has to be different from that, yeah.
And that's actually 9 now. 1,
And
2,
that
3,
one
4,
9
5,
makes
6,
that
7,
a 2.
which means we get another wall here. And now blue and orange. Blue extends, orange extends, blue extends, orange extends, and our wall continues. 1, 9, 6, 7, 5, and 2. These two aren't 4, so that one is 8, 4. 3, 8 is going to give us 7. So 1 or 9. Oh, 7 means this goes all the way down now.
The line between orange and blue goes down because of the orange can't go left.
Right. Or affirmative. And now blue has to pick one.
And now that's 5 or 6. Yeah. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Okay, that's all of our circles.
Okay. So one of those
Oh,
circles is red and the other's blue. So that one's going to be red.
yeah,
Because
'cause
if the bottom, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if the bottom one is red, then there's not enough room for.
yeah. So red, blue, a wall. If this was not orange,
Well, and then everything there, and well, I'm pointing at my screen, and that doesn't help. The red that's at the top,
Yeah,
everything in that little group under it has to be red.
like that.
I think so, because I don't see how blue could go up into there without, and blue can't get up into there without chopping
Trapping
off
red.
red,
Yeah, okay. Um,
and that's 8.
yeah,
So,
I'm
yeah, red
pretty
needs
sure
1
this
more.
has to be orange because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, red needs one more.
Yeah.
I thought red was done. Um,
Well, and black needs 2 more.
this theoretically doesn't have to be. Except this has to be 3 because of the 4 above it.
Right.
So this one is blue. Pretty sure this one's orange. Um,
Well, for blue to get there,
it would cut off.
black can't get there, red can't get there. For blue to get there, it wouldn't have enough because blue would have to go out and around.
Yeah, which would have to go through black to do it. So that makes this a 6, 7, 6.
In column
Well,
4, the black Kropke is either
um,
1, 2. It has to be 1, 2 because the top can't be 3, 6, and it sees a 4.
this one or
The
no?
black Kropke
Right.
in
1, 2,
in
4, 8.
column 4. Yeah,
Oh, it doesn't necessarily have to.
but it right. It can't
Okay,
be
that's a
3,
3,
6
6. Yep.
because it sees 3, 6 on the top. But
1, 2,
that could be
4.
1, 2, or 4.
Okay. This is 1, 2, or 3, but the 3 over here means that's 1, 2.
So that's 4 and 5 left in the row.
5, 4.
And yeah.
This has to be orange.
And what's below it has to be orange.
Oh, right. Yeah, because how else does it escape? 6, 7,
Right.
8, 9.
And that's all of that one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This needs 2 more. Black needs 2 more. Red needs 1. Okay, so I need 6 in these rows. That's not a 6, so it's one of those two. Not sure how else I'm going to go about doing 6s. Maybe that wasn't super helpful, but I'll get there sooner or later. Okay.
Oh,
What are the
red needs a
digits?
6. All right, red needs a 6.
Oh,
There's a
then
6 in row 4 and a 6 in row 5. So yeah. So that should be the end of red.
oh, well, this can't be a 6 because of that. So then these two are 6s.
Okay, what used to be the red region, it needs a 2. There's a 2 in the column, and yeah. Oh, there's 2 possibilities for that too. Never mind.
But we do know that
That's
removes it from these.
right.
So now
Oh,
I
so
can't do
that
1.
black crop key? Well, I was gonna say the black crop key made it either way, the 1 or 4 both go to 2.
And 4 and 5 is what's missing from 7, or the black region.
Right.
So
Of
these
a black
2,
region.
and now we don't need colors anymore. I need a 3, which is not here. Or I guess I need 3, 8, and 9. This one's not a 3. Okay, nothing lines up for the 8, 9. 2, 5, 3, and 6. Apparently these 3 aren't a 4, so that one is. 1 and 1, 7. 1, 7,
Okay.
8, 9.
Rows 4 and 5 both have to have 5s.
So that's ruled out, that's ruled out, that's ruled out. That one is. That one is. 1 and 3 aren't 5. 6 isn't 5, and that has a 5 looking at it. So that one's a 5, and this one's a 5? Aha! Cookie crumbles.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
This is, 2?
Well, there's a 7, 8, 9 triple, so yeah.
1, 7, 8,
Row
9, and
7 needs a 1 and a 3.
three, 9, 8, 1 and 9. 9, 7, 8, 5, 6, and 3. 3 or 5, but there's a 5 and a 3. And bones. 2. This one makes that a 9.
Yeah.
7,
So 7 and 8.
7, 7, 9, 7. 1, 2, I need a 3. I need 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So 9, 8, 9. There we go. The solution is correct. Nala was shocked when she found that one of her 2 cookie hiding spots had been plundered. She ran to the other one, and to her relief, it was still untouched. It was not plundered by her. At least, she couldn't remember doing it. So who and where is the cookie thief? Very fun.
Okay, so we went over a bit, but whatever.
I would go with average. It was definitely, I definitely felt quite silly when I got stuck at figuring out that this was a 5. But so I think that was the sticking point from Fuzzy Brain. But aside from that, I mean, it wasn't too bad. It's definitely really interesting how these circles and arrows affected things. Yeah. All right. So with that, that is going to be it for today. We will come back with part 3 next time, which will not be next Monday. So next Monday, more accurately, next Tuesday, I will be having to get up extremely early to help with the primary election. I will be a poll clerk for the primary. So, I need to be up. I need to be at the polling center at 5 a.m. So I need to get to bed early. So I think I cannot do
We're
Sudoku.
canceling next week.
Yeah. So, yeah. So with that, we will be back in 2 Mondays. Should be May 11th. But I'll take care of all this later. Yeah, so this was really fun. Yeah, alright, so stream end. Thank you for watching screen. I did not submit the rating on that one. Oh, very nice. Almost forgot to rate it. But yeah, alright. If, or anyone who watches this back, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. If you'd like to see more content on the channel, normally it is Sudoku on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, single-player games on Wednesdays around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, depending on when you get home from work, and cooperative games on Saturdays around 7:30 a.m. Yeah, make sure to ring the notification bell. That way you know when, or hopefully get notified when I go live, or if I ever post videos. And then, yeah, there's a donation link, and you can always share the videos as well, or the live streams. That also helps out quite a bit. But with that, I am going to sign off, and I will see you all next time.